Great. Hi everyone. We're really happy to be here. Thank you very much for Dalim to invite us here in Stockholm. We've had a great time so far. Today we'll get a bit technical. Please fasten your seatbelts, and it's going to be great. And you have coffee just after this. So we'll talk about shingling. For the French people here, we'll talk about grecage. So I hope you'll get something from the presentation. Beforehand, we're going to present ourselves, maybe for the people that don't already know us. So Galilée, we're a French IS integrator. We are specialized in data and asset management, e-commerce, web-to-print solutions, and packaging, of course, automation solutions with the Dalim solutions, Twist and ES. So we actually have a group of experts that advise, conceive, build, deploy in the cloud, and manage a great lot of different solutions for our clients in the printing, retail, or even the agri-food industry, for instance. This year is actually really special for us because it's our 30th anniversary. So happy birthday, Galilée, and I hoping for 30 years after this. So as I said, we're going to talk a bit about grecage or shingling. We've been a partner of Dalim for about 20 years, or more than 20 years, and we have experts that dedicate their experience in order to find the best solutions to clients. And a client of ours actually wasn't using Dalim ES with the imposition module, and we had to find a solution in order to break down this shingling issue. Before getting to this issue, we're going to see what it means for traditional publications when pages are binding together with stitches. So this is an example, and Arnaud, please, could you speak about traditional binding and how we can...
Yeah, so hello everyone. So here we have an ad, and of course it is a 2 pages ad, and when we look at that, we have a standard page with cutting edge in here, so it will be cropped, and when I will crop these elements, so I am in dialogue, of course, in here I can see a double page, and of course when we will crop the element, we expect, of course, the 2 pages to be face-to-face and see no problem. So this is a complete standard thing. So if I take back now the left page, and if I take at this edge here a part of the image, so I can take a stripe. So I take a stripe from the left page. I can take the same stripe from the right page. And if I take my 2 stripes, I do 50% of opacity on them, and when I'm going to try, of course, to merge them, I don't have the same images, of course. They do not overlap, which is what I am expecting in the real world. So this is what we know today.
Okay, so thank you, Arnaud. So this is with traditional stitches and binding with stitches, actually. So why shingling? How come we have shingling sometimes? So when a book starts to have a lot of pages, as you can see there, when you use heavy paperweight, or especially in magazines, for instance, or specialized press publishing, luxury art books, we can't use staple binding. And we use the perfect binding method that you see there. It's actually when as you can see, like multi-pages and multiple pages and signatures, they're bonded and glued together. The issue with this is this area there. As you can see, we cannot read this part of, we cannot open and read this part of the book, the pages. And this is an actual issue, especially for brands, because when you have ads that are displayed on double pages, there's a bit missing, and for brands this is not acceptable. So we had to find a solution in order to be able to read inside those margins. So this is an example of shingling, and Arnaud is going to drive you through this example.
Yeah, so here again, it's another double page. And when I look at this page, it looks okay in dialogue. But however, if I remove the bleed box, suddenly I can see here that I'm going to have a problem. And I cannot detect whether what I see in here fits properly, because of course you understood that a part of the file will be in the stitches, in the below, what we have shown. And what I am expecting is, of course, to see my table that is linear when I open the book. It needs to be perfect when being printed. So if I start again, you can see the kind of errors in here. It doesn't match at all. And here I can see that my table. And I have another part of the table in there. So again, if I start again and I take a part of the image over there, so it's one stripe, I can take another stripe of the right page, which is that guy. And suddenly, if I put 50% of opacity, and when I merge them, I have now a 100% match, which means that the two images will overlap in my bond, and technically it should be okay when I'm going to print that.
So how does it work in ES, and how can we configure it in ES? Can you show us and explain us?
So again, as you understood, our customer has an ES. He's not doing imposition at all, but he wants to be aware or to be prevented, or he wants to know whether the pages will correctly overlap. And therefore, we can do a simple workflow with a preview generation and call a specific twist workflow. And into this twist workflow, I can send my page. I can extract the part that I am interested in. So I can isolate this part over there. And when the second page will come, so we will, of course, store them on the file system. And when the second page will come, we will be able to do a visual compare in between the stripe from the left page and the stripe from the right page, overlap them, and then make a decision on the result of the visual compare. Because if they do match 100%, so I will have a real match and it is okay for my customer. But if I don't have a 100% match, I can isolate in here and say to ES, okay, they do not overlap. We might have a problem. And please be aware that maybe the file will not properly match as we expect.
Well, thank you very much, Arnaud. So in order to have a resume of what we just said, this is a way to automate the control of the shingling and to make sure that when you glue the two pages together, you will be able to see the ads in its entirety without having to control with the actual book. And this is the issue that we had before having this tool. It's because we couldn't control before printing the current objects and verify if it was okay or not. So thank you very much, everybody. This is the team. Thanks to Max that prepared the presentation as well. And yeah, let's go on and have a coffee, I think. Coffee break.
Thank you, guys.